Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. How's everyone doing today? Oh no, I didn't set the camera to manual focus. Properties, configure video, focus. Oh, hello there, General Verobi. There you go, manual focus camera. So now we'll no longer focus. Do you see the expensive camera there? Right there. Kind of no way that it's not going to be in view, but you guys get the dirtiness on the side there. Put this away. Sharpie. Case for my fancy SD card. Are you procrastinating, Vero, or are you here just on the side? Only I'm allowed to procrastinate in this household. Porque no los dos yourself. Well, it took me a lot less time to clean up my work surface, which means at some point I'm going to have to come up with something to do. I don't know what made all these lines. By the way, I went back to Walmart a while ago looking for these mats, and they're not there anymore. So I've got this one, which is pretty worn and actually kind of faded, and my other one on the other desk over there, and it's in much better shape. But after that, I may have to change the channel look, because if I can't get another one of these, or after that one, I'll be in trouble. Be maybe looking for custom cutting mats from China or something. Oh boy. All right, what can we do? Oh, actually, I did pick up some stuff from China. Rebranding time. These two. This guy too. So some of you might remember, oh, and I got this as well. Some of you might remember when I got the ProbeMaster probes. They were kind and sent it through US Postal. But I may have found some Chinese replacements, and I'd like to test them up against the ProbeMaster probes. So these guys here are the XZZ20 amp. There's no way this silicone wire will carry 20 amps, but they do have the little pointy probes for the end there. So it's going to be good to see how good these things are. There's those, but there's also the Mechanic brand ones, and I don't know where those went. I'll have to start some digging in here at some point. Yeah, I don't know where it is. So we're basically going to do probe shootouts, which is going to be interesting. Hey, how's it going, MT? There we go, Vero, see? I do have an American viewer, which is MT. She was saying that I would get the not the European crowd today, and I was like, well, one of my regulars is American at least. So there we go, America. Look at that, whole 3 viewers. Okay, in all seriousness, I remember I had a massive list of videos to make. So I need to find something easy and get through it so I can, you know, make videos, get on a cadence, because not making videos is not a very good thing for a YouTuber. YouTubers kind of need to make videos. How are you tonight, MT? It's not past your bedtime, is it? It is getting close to mine. Oh, and this is decaf, by the way. It's 6 p.m. here. So midnight, 11 p.m. in England and midnight in Europe. Let's see. What do I do? Only 5 p.m. Oh, you're the other side. You're west of me then. You're like Central American. You're not one of those coastal elites they always talk about. MT, you would know, right? What am I supposed to be doing? I was going to plan 100% what I was going to do this stream, but then Vero said, no, it's best just to make it up as you go along. So, I mean, that's what I was planning on doing, and now I'm a little, it's a little disjointed. So it was basically, if I don't figure out what to do, it's Vero's fault. That's, I mean, it's normal. Oh, did you sneeze? Vero, you're excused. Okay, let's do it, MT. Give me a list. The easy stuff first, please. Looking through stuff off screen here too. Because I know there's the framework and there's the Voron V0, but like, you know, I've only got this much space to shoot right now. So anything that fits in this kind of space, we're gonna do. We could test this though, because I do have this and I have another battery tester, and I've got all of these bad boys to go through. I don't know where the other tester went though. Where'd you go? I missed you, so yeah, there it is. Probes. Solar. What was the solar project? Oh, you mean like install the massive solar panels that have been sitting in my basement for 2 years now instead of collecting electricity? Programming. Oh, I'm not going to do a programming tutorial live. That is for dang sure. That's not going to happen. Instructional. I don't know what instructional means. I don't know what 3D. I'm assuming you mean the Voron, the V0. Again, not conducive to live stream filming. This is supposed to be at 60 frames per second, but I don't know if it's for 60 frames per second. New equipment demos, batteries. Oh yeah, do have the batteries. That is one thing, one of these days I have to dig the batteries out and I have to go and check them because they've been sitting around for over a year, so hopefully they didn't self-discharge too deeply, because that wouldn't be good. Try to recover them. They were expensive. New equipment demos, yeah, so the Unity videos, the reason I haven't done them, well, I was burnt out, but I mean recently why I haven't done them like yesterday and today is because it takes up a lot of space, and I still didn't clean up there where all the equipment's gonna go. I have too much stuff. I need to make like a garage sale or bring stuff to Makerspace. Oh man, this surprises me on how heavy this thing is every freaking time. Which video? No one comments on the podcast. There's like no comments. Here, let's check. Ugh. Let's see. Up. YouTube.com. The Simple Electronics Podcast. Full podcast. Okay, it was here. Okay, and okay, so NRF bench lights was one of the three. Well, we could do that. Was Vero sick? Wow, Vero, the one time you were sick is recorded in history. All of them. Vote 2. Oh, yes, that's NRF 24LO1 stuff. So 2 votes for number 1, 2 votes for number 2, and 1 vote for number 3. So, like, the NRF 24LO1 only leads to frustration, though, I have to say. I'm just gonna cry if I do the NRF 24LO1. Oh my God. What a piece of garbage. Because remember that time where I literally took someone's project and copied and pasted it and it didn't work? Do you remember that? Literally the exact project. Interesting. Oh, internet might go down a second. I should be back. 5 miles into a 7-mile run. Only remember you talking about the bench lights. Yeah. So I do have bench light stuff. Hopefully I'm back. Which would be this. So these guys are extremely high CRI LEDs. They're like 95 plus, something like that. Get in there. There we go. And they're fantastic. The only issue is they've gotten really expensive. I bought them for maybe like, I don't know, they were a couple dollars a piece before, but now they're up to like over $11 each. Need to get to my heatsink box, which is not attainable. Okay, going the other direction. Oh, cooling. No, I do have a heatsink box. Oh, shit. I knew if I didn't pick that up, that was going to happen. Oh. I just bent the shit out of one of my aluminum rulers. Okay, stay there. All right, let's see. Going over here. Oh, great. It wasn't there. Okay, so I have a heatsink box it's not available at the moment. Yeah, it's way under there. Boxes out of the way. Come on. if I just stretch a little. I think I got it. There we go. All right. Heatsink. Yeah, so there's these 12 volt LEDs, but they run extremely hot, so you have to cool them, and I need to put them underneath. Let's go I set current, I don't know, let's go 1 amp to start. You got to put them, I want to put them underneath my shelf, so I have to figure out a cooling solution that is low profile type thing. But my eyes. Oh no, they're warm white. What the heck? They're either warm or neutral white. Man, that is bright. That is very bright. That was with the 1 amp current limit. So there's negative. That's positive. Oh my. Come on, turn on. Okay. Yeah, that's current limited to 1 amp. So that is 12 watts. Let's go I set to enter. Let's see if they'll do 2 amps. So yeah, the frustrating part about these is they get hot. Come on. Oh, whoops. Reverse polaritying them. There we go. Come on. No. There. Okay, they're almost 2 amps at 12 volts. They're 22 watts. But they are extremely bright. Like, insanely so. So you only need a couple of these. And if you'll remember my studio lights underneath my shelf, they flicker. But you know what? These panels, I can make... Sorry, just going a little scatterbrained here. It just is what it is. The other option is to make more of my PCB-way lights, which should be in one of these boxes. Oh. Look at all these PCBs I have from PCB-way. I mean, if I did some lighting upgrades, I could do another PCB-way video this month, which would be good for the mortgage payment. I'll tell you that. Okay, so these guys are the denser panels. I don't like these as much because they are quite bright, but they do get hotter. I feel like I may have used all of my bigger panels. That would be unfortunate. I'd have to tweak the design slightly and order another batch off PCB-way. Yeah, because these are really bright. All right, Vero, I appreciate you being here. So So I guess, yeah, that's my option, is to make some more. Let's see. I think I have the board I used. Where is that? Where did the board go? Because here's the stencil. That's the stencil I had used. And I had like literally a board, like a piece of wood. With the stencil on it. I don't know where that went. Somewhere. But I had 2 more PCBs I could use there. Oh, here's one of the panels. So actually, this is one of the completed panels. This guy here. This is much easier to test without blinding myself. So this is not as bright. It's not 22 watts for sure. But that also means, so it is like 4 watts. So because it's not super bright, it means that the dissipation isn't as big, and it's much bigger area if you look at the size difference, right? So they don't get as hot. The issue with my LED lights is they get really hot. Like they get up to oh, here. Is this it? Nope, that's not it. Never mind. Yeah, so they get really, really hot. I could even like redesign this and have another row, because this is, how many watts again? It's like 4 watts. This is, yeah, 3.3 watts. So if I add another row, let's see, 3.3 divided by 4 times 5. Let's go 3.4 divided by 4 times 5. So that'd be 4.25 watts. 6. So if I add 2 more rows, that's 6 watts. That's gonna give me decent light output, but still be cool, because I'm touching the ones up here. You see the reflection here? The ones up here, they're not even warm. Like, forget hot, they're not even warm. And these LEDs, I should have a bunch still left. Should be in here. So that's all these. So I have a ton of those left. So we could redesign this and send them off. And then these panels, I can use them instead of my LED strips I have up there. Because that would be fun. And then we have ESP32 running in a web page, like hosting a web page to do control. But like on live stream, I can't hide my USB credentials, my Wi-Fi credentials though. It's problematic too. Really like these big jumper wires. that we made together. These are 12 gauge. Let's unplug it before I short them. So yeah, I guess because I can't really show you guys my Wi-Fi credentials, that's kind of out, right? I do know I've got tons of stuff that I can do. Did I tap these holes? Does that look like I tapped these? Some viewer actually sent me these. I'm not sure for what. They never said what they were for. Well, I don't have any other ones of those. Oh yeah, I've got this guy too. This is a monster. This one plugs into 110 volts. That is freaking terrifying. I've never made a video on this. This was just me tinkering. So it's a bit sketchy. Here, let me plug this in for you guys. And in fact, let's hope the thermal camera is charged. Let's see. Because yeah, this was a sketchy. So these are these. I don't know if this is charged. Nope, seems to have parasitic grain. Just learning this now. But that would be an interesting video. So let's see if we can get this working. And we'll maybe make a video on this. So yeah, this thing is absolutely terrifying. And I sticky taped it onto a computer heatsink. How much charge are we putting in here? Just gonna check the charging current for the get out there. Okay, 1.2 amps. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have a thermal camera in no time here. All right, so let me grab my safe 110 volt tester. Safe-ish. All right, so that comes here. I did put a legend. Red is ground, black is live, and white is neutral. So this one, red is live. I'm not sure of the wattage, but we're about to find out. Actually, I don't really have a way to check that, but I will. I'll figure out a way. And white is neutral. Okay. So yeah, this is my safe tester. So you don't have to touch anything when testing. I have it set up. If you're new to the channel, you basically step on this pedal and it activates the outlet. And the flying leads here, they're also protected. They're on the other side of this GFCI. So I wouldn't call it safe, but I would call it safer. I think that might be a 50 watt. I'm not sure. Okay, so that's plugged in. I'm going to flip this. Nothing should happen. And then contact. There we go. So I'm very weary to touch metal, although it should be safe because it's on GFCI. But yeah, there we go. That is hot, like hot, hot. I actually have no way of knowing how much wattage that is right now, but I can figure that out. So yeah, that is quite hot. Like immediately becomes hot. And what's really cool is I have this macro lens for the Unity. I wonder if that'll do. Oh yeah, I can focus it in. So we can check the components on the board, how hot they get. But yeah, this is, I don't know, it's not getting super hot. There's no airflow either. But I can tell you this is damn bright. And then you let go of the pedal and it just turns off. Ooh yeah, that is hot. That is very hot. Oh no, put the welding glass to protect me and then it slid off. There we go, you can just barely see it now. Pretty cool. There are a lot of LEDs in there. So that's a shade 12. Your hot relay board regulator problem turned out to be due to a lack of documentation. Well, isn't that always the thing, Marcus? Welcome, Marcus. Here, I'm gonna blind you. That is a lot of juice going through a tiny little board. Oh yeah, sorry, I should probably not do that without warning you guys from flashing lights, right? So yeah, just waiting for the thermal camera to come to life. That is hot, like, that is very hot. I wish there was a measure I could use aside from my entire basement lights up. Don't have a lux meter. This is warming up. Oh yeah, these heat pipes are starting to get warm now. So this has thermal adhesive that sticks it to the heat pipes. It's like a thermal tape. Let's see how many dots on the battery of the thermal camera. 1 dot. Still charging at an amp, 1.2 amps, so we're gonna give it another minute. So yeah, this was like the early days of watching Big Clive. The reason I have this in my possession. So this is several years old now. There are way more efficient ones. I'm in and out due to making supper. Oh, fair enough. What are you eating? We had shawarma tonight, leftovers from yesterday. All right, take this away. Probably need to redesign this, make another version. Over there you go. I'm freaking blinded because, oh, Junk from Work. What are you doing here? I did not know you followed the live channel. How are you, big guy? I'll tell you, I haven't had the chance to use it yet. I just messed with it. There are two things I don't like. One is this, and you'll probably understand this very well. Watch, I'm going to push it in smoothly. See how grippy it is? Feels like they either didn't pick like a UHMW, or they forgot to put a little bit of lube. The other thing is this texture is slick as hell. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's too slick. I wish it had a little bit of a texture to it. This is completely smooth. I mean, their mold lines are phenomenal. Everything looks really good. But man, it's just, the texture makes it feel like I don't want to touch it. It's not an inviting feeling, you know? The ratchet feels good. The back force is a bit exaggerated. Like, you know, Linus, you know, he has his like a pinky fingers or whatever. It's not that loose, that little back force, but I was able to start screws in Chinesium plastic. I also got the Extendo, that's incredible how little, there's like that much play, like full length. And I got the metric hex and Torx and security Torx. Torx and security Torx because I drive a Volvo, so what do you want? Gonna need that. So yeah, grab the retro colorway just because it was on it was free shipping sale. How are you, man? Mr. Junk from Work. Do you remember what we chatted about before you left? I don't know if you're back from your trip yet. Probably won't see too much oil and whatnot, more of a desk. But that's the thing. A lot of, like Project Farm tested it. And he said it was a good, like, working screwdriver too. So this one, I mean, I can't afford to break this one every year, right? So I don't know if I'll take the risk and bring it with me. I work mobile now, so I'm mostly on Fords. So this thing is going to eat shit and probably become a hammer, you know, tack, tack, tack. Weekend side hustle. Ooh, you'll have to talk to me about that. But if you want to chat at some point soon about what, yeah, I know, Ford is disgusting. If you want to chat sometime soon about what we talked about before you left, we should make a point of it. Because yeah, you know why. So yeah, Junk from Work, everybody. That's is your YouTube channel still existing? Let's see. So essentially, episode 1 of the podcast is with Junk from Work here. You go to the screen, all the way up here. Episode 1, Junk from Work, right there. Yeah, no rush, JF Dub, but just you know, we need to get chatting. So here's his YouTube channel. Oh no, it's gone. Did you nuke it? You removed it. You nuked your YouTube channel. No, you have something like you're in the top 5% of creators because you have over 1,000 subscribers. Gone. Joined March 2010. Well, that sucks. I'm gonna have to send people to nowhere. You nuked it. Do you want me to take down your links or or is it all good on there? Oh, you have Instagram too. Oh, you can't get in without logging in. I'm not logging in on the live stream. Are you nuts? So yeah, episode 1, Junk from Work, right there. And then he came on a couple other times too. I need to go through this because I'm missing one. Because you see, this says 3131. If I go all the way down here, 99, 100. So somewhere one episode didn't go in. Might do something down the road. Not sure what to do with it. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. We have a lot to chat about because I have found. I'm trying to be as vague as possible because I don't really want to share this information. But I have found some people that, let's say, when I was younger, they meant the world to my hobbies. I don't know how to make that, but yeah, it's phenomenal. And a lot of these people are getting old, so yeah, we have to act. But yeah, so how's are you still driving a Subaru? All the Subarus here rust into nothingness. They just get, well, so do the Fords, but then again, I'm anti-Ford, not pro-Ford. All right, so this guy, while Junk from Work drafts an answer, I'm gonna pick up my box of parts. Yeah, I'm getting old. I can speak for me on that one. I'm an old man. This guy, this was a foray into LEDs as well. I believe these guys are little 5-watt LEDs. I don't even know their Ford voltage. I mean, but we can check pretty easily. Let's see. Your wife has a Forester. You drive a Tundra. Yeah, if I had to buy a pickup truck, it would be a Tacoma or a Tundra. I'll tell you that. But let's be honest, if I buy a pickup truck, I probably wouldn't need a pickup truck like most people who buy pickup trucks. So I'd probably end up with a Ridgeline, because that's just about the amount of pickup truck that people actually need, which is nothing. Here, let's see. All right, so this is 200 milliamps. This is only 2 watts. Let's go half a watt, or half an amp. There we go. We're getting some voltage now. 5 watts now. Current limit at half an amp. I set 1 amp. That is 10 watts now, so that's about it. Pretty freaking bright. How's it going, Peter? No way to block that. I'm just gonna blind myself no matter what. So yeah, these LEDs, seems like it's like 10 volt Ford voltage. That is 10.7 watts. So I think, yeah, they're 5-watt LEDs. You're not sadly, Junk. I can't give you any more deets until we talk, because we didn't run in the same circles, you know. So I can't give you codes. Side hustle requires a truck. It's got a 144-liter tank, so that's a joy to fill up. What's the side hustle, if you don't mind me asking? All I know is that a wise old man that I worked with, he had a plan when he gets old, well, older because he was already old, when he retires, is to do AC, like cash jobs, air conditioning repair, because he was like, it's people are willing to spend so much money on getting their car's AC fixed, right? And now, he told me this probably about 15 years ago. Now, I just bought a 1/3 horsepower vacuum pump and a 4 hose manifold gauge with taxes and delivery for under $200. So you can get a long and short working on commercial kitchens. Interesting. So for $500 more, that's $200. So $500 more, you get a recovery machine, then a tank, and then a scale. So you're looking at $1,100 all in. You're ready to go. So the equipment is not that much. So $1,100, and then you could do it out of a car because the equipment's so small now. You don't need the big push around machine. So you need a car, and you can run an inverter. You can have a little generator, or you can run an inverter off your car battery and leave your car running while you're doing the work. Like, if you think about it, here in the city, evac and recharge tacked on to a repair is an hour and a half. So it's an hour for evac recharge and a half hour for leak check. So we're billing right now, like in my city, dealerships bill for about $150 an hour. So you're looking at, so 150, give me a second here. So $150 times 1.5. So you're looking at $225 plus the labor and the parts for whatever. So you get to someone's driveway, you diagnose the AC. AC is easy to diag. There's like 8 parts, right? So $225 just for the diag. Then if they do the repairs, let's say compressor is 4 hours. So you make money off the compressor. Then you bill 4 hours. That's already $600 of labor, and then another $225 for the evac recharge and leak check. So your each client is looking at like $800. It's insane. You only need to take the profits off of one car per day, and you're in the gravy. Really? 1234YF is more expensive, but that's just the gas. All the rest of the stuff is simple. It's all the same. The only difference between the R134A and the 1234YF systems is the 1234YF has a secondary heat exchanger between the hot and the cold side lines coming from to and from the evaporator. That's it. But you can buy, you could probably put R12A, which is butane, in that system, and it'll work just the same. You just need the correct oil. And in Canada, butane, R12A, is not a it's not a controlled stuff. Can you interchange the equipment? So in that case, you wouldn't use the little recharge bottles because they have oil in them. You would evacuate those recharge bottles into your main bottle, and then you would only put in gas, and then you just need one container. You need 3 oil containers, and you're pretty much covered for the entire system. So yeah, you're good to go. I'm losing viewers here talking about AC systems. We were doing good on the LEDs, but we're not doing good on the on the AC systems. People don't care, which is fine. It's okay not to care. Yeah, I wouldn't charge it with whatever gases. Now the only thing I wouldn't get into is hybrids and electric, or maybe I would, but I would have to do a bit more research because it is possible on a hybrid or electric to put the wrong oil in, which would then cause the lines to become conductive. All right, man. Yeah, just email me. You know, send me a message whenever you get the chance, and we'll chat about what it says. The battery is low. Dang it! Needs a lot of juice. Thanks for coming in, Junk. Well, that's no fun. I wanted to cook the ever-loving hell out of the LED and then take a look on the thermal camera. These are all, like, I have a box of these heat sinks. I used to buy these heat sinks straight from China and used to mount LEDs on them. The first lights of the channel were just some of these guys, but they were the 10-watt variants, and they were all mounted across here, and I had a light bar sort of like here shooting on my whatever I was filming. And so yeah, there's some drill holes because I had bolts through that and it was holding it in like that. And then I bought another one, but then I was disappointed it's not as deep and doesn't have as many fins, so this one was cheaper. Cool little aluminum heat sinks. I had issues with my unit going flat and then not charging. It worked after using my USB voltmeter in between. Interesting. Took refrigeration and AC tech when I was in high school 45 years ago. Not much has changed. The only thing that's changed now is that we have no more HCFCs. So yeah, not much has changed. Stuff like the old stuff like R12, and I think the house stuff was R310. It's not used anymore. We have R410, R134, which don't destroy the ozone layer, and then the new one for automotive is R1234YF, which is much better for global warming. It doesn't have as much global warming potential, because R134A was something like, I don't know, 5,000 times CO2's global warming potential, but 1234YF is like 2 or 3 times the global warming potential of CO2. So yeah, but the only thing is there's only a couple of manufacturers that make R1234YF, which makes it, I think it's $100 a pound right now. Compressors have become more efficient. You old school CFCs are gone. CFC? Yeah, that's right. Warming, India was like 53C. Never mind that, Peter. In Ottawa, it was 46C a few days ago. So don't come to me with India. Canada was hot. Used ammonia. Interesting. I think, honestly, in the long term, I think we might just all go to CO2 as a refrigerant. Yeah, no, I understand the difference, Peter, but still, it's unseasonably hot. But yeah, you can charge AC systems with CO2, but it requires like 7,000 PSI instead of 200 PSI. Abu Dhabi 50C. Yeah. I mean, stuff's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. If it ever gets better. I think we're kind of doomed ourselves. Slowly but surely. Quit calling me Shirley. See, I don't have any big heat sinks. I would want like a big heat sink for these LEDs. Something with a lot of surface. Hot was the same, hotter as fuck, yeah. See, not enough surface there. Not even enough for the LED coverage. Pardon me, that's the shawarma burp. Had a couple dozen teensy stick-on heat sinks for 20220 a few years ago. Used 3 of them. No idea where they went. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, most houses here have air conditioning, but not all of them. And the issue is people like lower class who rent, some of them aren't even allowed to put an AC in their house. Like, you need written permission from the landlord to stick an AC, even the portable ACs, in the window, which I think is pretty cruel. We have Donair. I don't know, man. So I tried a Halifax Donair. It wasn't, I don't know, man. I'm not a snob. I just really do like my shawarma. I wasn't that much of a fan. I may have had the wrong one. You know, there is always that possibility. But definitely you guys have better prices on lobster. I'll tell you that. All right, bright lights. Yeah, there she goes. I think if I test this, it'll turn off. Yeah. Reset. They're already reset? No. Hey. Jeez. Yeah. Not working anymore. What the heck is going on? Did I just ruin it by hitting the test? No. Been a shorter place for years. Haven't tried it. Oh, what's wrong with you? Shawarma is awesome. Okay. I may have just borked my tester because the test button doesn't click anymore. Wait. Ah, it has to be active for it to go back. Interesting. Huh, needs to be power going to it. If you come into Ottawa proper, Marcus, Shawarma Palace is a great introduction to the genre. There's a couple locations. It's pretty damn good. A little bit out of the way, depending on where you are. But I love that stuff. It's like crack. There we go. Put a lid on it. A little bit of welding glass. Got to get it nice and hot. And then maybe I can record a YouTube video on it. Although I don't think it'll fit underneath the lens here. Height-wise, I don't have very big. I only have just under 14 inches to the just under 14 inches to the front of the lens, but when it's zoomed in, then I have 12.5 inches. Oh, there we go. Oh, you haven't tried the one near your place. Oh, I get it now. I have met people who just have never tried shawarma, though. Look how freaking bright that is. Oh boy. Wow, they got the welding glass really hot. Oh, that's incredible. I wish I had a thermal camera. The battery's dead. Stupid batteries. Who's very down the middle, meat and potatoes Brit. Yeah. Yeah, my parents are kind of like that too. Meat and potatoes. They're more on the, I wouldn't call them Brits, but definitely overcooked is only cooked, you know, is the only way to cook type people. So actually, this got quite warm now. Now I really want to see what it's going to look like on the thermal camera. Oh, I can't do that. Spritz these days are more cosmopolitan. Sort of. Depends where they're from. There we go. Light that way. Depends what kind of Brit. There's more than one kind of Brit, and that's where you get the differences. But the thing is, I was told, like I held a stereotype that British people were not very good at spicy food, right? But I have a friend who is British, and he says, no, the Brits are very good at spicy food because Vindaloo curry is the spiciest, is the spiciest curry there is, and it's a British invention. It was made in England first. So Vero and I went to an Indian restaurant and they had Vindaloo. So we tried it and it wasn't even spicy. So the Indian restaurant we went to had Indian people in it. Like it seemed to be catering to Indian people, not, you know, white people. So I think it's authentic, but there's no way. Yeah, I know. I keep hearing that, but the Vindaloo we tried was like not spicy, and I'm pretty sure the sign had like they had hot peppers on the sign to warn you of spiciness, but it was barely spicy. And look, I can handle some spice, but I'm not a spice fanatic. So I need to get my British friend. Like he lives in England, so I'd have to go over there, or he has to come here. And we both have to eat the same thing so we can at least have the same reference point of what's spicy and what's not. Right? Because even if you look at those spicy chip challenges, you can watch the same person do it twice and they'll say it's different both times. So until I have, oh boy, that's getting hot. That's quite hot now. So until I have that reference point, I don't really know if he's full of crap or not, you know? The post-Lou review, yeah. That is quite hot now. I had lamb vindaloo at the Royal Oak in Canada once. It was in the not fun category. Interesting. There's some Royal Oaks downtown. It is getting quite hot now. So the other issue, these coolers are meant to be laying the other way around. Actually, no, they should work sideways, because on a computer they can be sideways. It's getting quite hot. Would really like a thermal camera right now. Still only 2 bars. Let's see. Let's see if we can get it going. The funny thing about the Royal Oak is on Bank Street. It's a downtown street here in Ottawa. But there are 2 like blocks apart. Like 5 or maybe 10 blocks apart. Okay, it's turning on. Try not to manipulate this too much. I don't want to like shave the wires. There's one in Vanier? Where in Vanier? Oh, I know where you mean, where the rich people are. Vanier Parkway and wherever. Okay, so the fin stack looks like it's at 45C. And then up here looks to be like 60 some Celsius. And then if I flip this up, oh boy, that's hot. The surface of it, 122C. Oh, only on the package there, little diode maybe. And you guys are gonna get blinded. I'm gonna put the macro lens on. Yeah. 120C at the hot spot. But it seems to be staying that way. Over here is 100C on these packages. That's hot. There we go. Still hot. It's like 100C. That is hot. Very hot. A friend from the UK ate the hottest roti on the menu before the flight. He called after saying it hurts. Okay. But I mean, the thing is, like stereotypically, do you guys think the British can handle heat as a whole? I don't think so. Stereotypically, of course. I actually need some water. Be right back. I'm putting the battery to charge again. 1 moment, please. All right, I'm back. Yeah, mushy peas. Cook the other supper. Oh, yeah. Shrimp and pasta. Did you bring enough for the rest of the class? Which had to fill up my lttstore.com water bottle. All right, so needless to say, they did a good job of wicking away heat, because this is still quite hot. Because theoretically, all that this does is take the heat from here and puts it into the tower, and then you need a fan to blow air through here. Oh boy, sorry, I'm burping because it's all the shawarma juices coming back up. See, I don't have the fan to blow through, so this is retaining all of the heat. This is hot. Like, Vero would love to put her hands on this. It's probably like 30 degrees C or something like that. I mean, MT, I don't know if I could survive around your way. Ah, good water. Since I'm out of coffee. So yeah, I could make a video on that, but what would be the point of that video? Hey, how's it going, Johnny? It's not the middle of the night. It is 7:13 p.m. Actually, this is a disaster because I really wanted to shoot some video, but I didn't organize myself before. So we ended up just messing around with LEDs. This got like 100 and something degrees Celsius up here. I think this package is a diode. It's like a rectifier. And then these are the variable loads. Yeah, maybe in Sweden, but we are not in Sweden here. So yeah, this is a disaster. So I think I need to plan what I'm going to stream tomorrow. At the very least, do that tonight. Use tonight to plan tomorrow. Schweden? Schweden. There's like a bug flying around here. So yeah, what do I do tomorrow? So I could work on the ESP controlled lights, but like, how do I code publicly without showing everyone my internet credentials? So that's a good question. These are not even, yeah, these are knockoff Wagos. Made a 100-watt flashlight with a CPU cooler. Well, that's kind of what this is, but I don't know I don't know the rating of this. I could know the rating. Don't do as Johnny Don't does. Volt motorcycle battery. I would go lithium at this point. I know you said it was years ago. Just jam that in there. Just jam that in there. LiPo wasn't a thing. Contact. Okay. Display. No. No. Apparently it is 0 watts. It's 0 watts. There's no way. Does it need to go the other way? Flip the live and neutral? I don't see why that would make a difference. Oh, it's reading something. There we go. 60 watts. That's weird that it only read it in one direction. It shouldn't make a difference. It's AC. So yeah, that's a 60 watt LED. Which is impressive. That must be, I don't know. This thing is ridiculous. But there we go. Now we know it's a 60 watt LED. You had a fan in yours, yeah. This one has PWM control. Take your foot off the switch every once in a while if you don't want it to melt. All right, so that's done. All right, so dear viewers, what are we doing tomorrow? So tomorrow morning, I'm going to stream. I'm either going to stream or go fishing. Streaming sounds like more productive. So I got to figure out something to do to work towards a video. Can't just not make videos because then I'm not really a YouTuber now, am I? So let's figure it out. What am I doing tomorrow? I can do coding, that's fine, but not the ESP project because I have to connect it to my network and I don't want to give everyone my network credentials. So what are we doing tomorrow morning? I can see about finishing the turntable project. Could do that. Might need to make another proto board. because I feel like I either ordered PCBs or was going to order PCBs, but the TMC drivers didn't work in my original PCB, which is really shitty. You went fishing this morning and caught nothing. Yeah, I haven't really caught anything this year. I mostly just went out for the calm, though. I didn't really care that much. What am I talking about? I haven't produced a video in 5 years, still a YouTuber. Yeah, okay, but your subscriber count's higher than mine. I can't rely on them numbers, you know? Are they not paying you anything at all? You must be getting some ad revenue. Sponsorships are where it's at, though. Ad revenue is pretty crap. And I think they're going to scare more people off the platform when they start baking in ads upstream. Wait, you still don't have the view hours necessary? That's weird. All right, so that's that. Oops, these need to go back in there. These are these little ionizers which don't seem to work for me. You have like 100 hours, 1,000 hours. Really? I guess your views have dwindled a little bit, because you used to do decent numbers. Um, 12 volts. So you don't make any ad revenue. That is pretty shit. You know, it sucks that a couple of high-profile people on YouTube did really dumb things, which were encouraged by YouTube, right? When you have an algorithm that encourages ridiculous people to do ridiculous things. Hey, look, I have another one of these panels. Look at that. I made more of these than I used. But then, yeah, a couple high-profile creators did stupid things, and then everyone else got punished. And those people are still making content. They never got banned, never did anything. They may have gotten temporary bans, but nothing substantial. Nothing enough to stop them from doing it. They freaking caused the adpocalypse. And got away scot-free. It is what it is, though. That's what living in a society is. Paying for the sins of everybody else. There are some benefits too, I guess. Oh man, I got a sponsorship request today from an e-bike company. And I have to admit, I didn't read it too closely. But I thought they were sending me an e-bike. But then when I read it more closely... Oh. Ooh. This is generating wind. What time are you streaming tomorrow? If anything, it'll be like 8 o'clock. This is working. But it's supposed to be like super high voltage, right? I don't know if this is supposed to arc. It is. It is your touchdown enclosure. Shana. I'm going to eventually put it to work. The problem with the touchdown is I need to do some research on the documentation. I think you're the one who suggested, you're the one who said you made a whole bunch of cases for it. So this is, I believe it's printed in PETG. It looks good. It's really good. So yeah, this is generating wind. But it's using essentially no current, which is weird. Dustin has been busy the last couple of years. Yeah. So my issue when really intelligent people make things like Dustin is that it takes me a long time to figure out how to make it work for me. So it's like daunting. I have to go read up how to make it work and stuff. But here, this is what we're using right now. DC 2 to 6 kilovolts. So I like the concept of the ESP32 touchdown, but I need to do research. I have to learn how it works. But yeah, your design did print really well. I feel like I want to, like I want to poke this thing, but oh, okay, if I put it to ground. $35. Whoa. That did not make my screen happy. The screen just turned off. I really don't know what it does, the negative ion generator. Is it purifying the air? I really don't know. They used 6 kilovolt wire on it. The sound was not pleasant either. There was a noise? Really? I didn't hear a thing here. That is really interesting. I have to go listen in the original file. I want to touch it, see what it does, but I don't want to touch 6 kilovolts. A big chicken, so it's not going to happen. Sounded like a thunderstorm. Interesting. Yeah, these are just these carbon fiber electrodes. Really? Huh. Have to go check that out. I thought these were going to be ozone generators when I bought them. But like, I have a high voltage, like a spark generator. Ugh. And that creates ozone. This guy here, that makes ozone. That is terrifying. I don't want to go anywhere near this thing. When the little, when it arcs over. Okay, makes sense. Well, my mic is also wireless, so that probably makes things worse too. Yeah, this guy here, it's 1,000,000 volts, right? 1,000 kilovolts. And it's terrifying. This thing is scary as hell. And I probably, you know, I'll make annoying mic noises, but yeah, high voltage, I'm not a fan of. I'm scared. A little wuss. I couldn't believe these got through Canadian Customs because stun guns are illegal here. And this isn't a stun gun, but it's the heart of one. No way on. I mean, it's possible. I mean, who knows? So it's 3.7 in. So it'd have to be like, you know, 100,000 to 1 more. Well, if it was like 900,000. No, like 1,000. You know, whatever. Let's say it's 10 volts. You'd have to do 100,000 to 1 turns. I don't think it's that hard. Plus, there could be what's that called? Those charge pumps with the diodes inside. Thing is scary. Should I light it? You guys want me to? You guys want me to zap it? I've played with it once before. It's terrifying. Not power that up with that Electro Boom. Electro Boom is on the other end of Canada. He's literally on the west coast. The only person, like, he's far, basically. AVE and LTT are on the same coast as him. Have a couple somewhere built an emergency fire starter with it. Okay, so what's the breakdown of air? It's like, we can calculate this. Yeah, you know what? I probably won't set it off. It's a bit spooky. I'm not a fan of high voltage stuff. I have a Tesla coil. 30, oh. If it's 30 kV per centimeter, then it's definitely not. I think this thing puts an arc. It's probably about 2 centimeters worth of an arc. But it takes a while. At 2 centimeters, it takes a while for it to build enough voltage to jump. I mean, I do have, hang on a sec. I do have some high voltage generation stuff, but Ow, you motherfucker. Oh my God. Just scraped my leg on a project that's been here for years. I haven't done anything with. Ugh. The humidity swole my old wooden desk and I can't pull it out now. Oh, here it is. I do have one of these that makes 30,000 volts. Shana. Only have 1 day of Twinkies, no rescue. Likely for several days. Nights are getting colder and you forgot your lighter and matches. So yeah, these ignition coils, they arc about, it's more or less 30,000 volts, but it depends on your spark gap. The other thing is you can easily damage your coil by letting it go too open. Gonna be all filthy after touching this. From lint from your underwear. I mean, someone was saying like carry a pencil sharpener with you when you're hiking because they're tiny, and you can put twigs through it to make whatever it's called really easily. So if I'm remembering Honda's color scheme, I think this one's from a 2000. Is this from a 2006 Civic or a 2005 Civic? Like, is it an EM or a FA Civic? No, these were the overheating ones. FA Civic. Hang on a second. Oh. 2006 Civic ignition coil diagram. Yeah, they're definitely not these. Wiring. What, 97? I said 2006. Don't make me log into my actual account. Bag of cotton balls and steel wool coating at WD-40. You know what's actually really good for fire starting too is you take your dryer lint, put it in an egg carton, melt wax over it, and then they're really easy. They're really easy to light. Okay, so black-white is power. Black is ground, and yellow-green is probably positive switched. Well, the nice part about the wax that you melt over it, I probably have a batch that I made here a while ago. The nice part about the wax that you melt over it is that you can get it wet, because it doesn't matter. Wax will burn wet. Okay, so power, ground. So how do we do this so I don't get zapped exactly? We need a spark gap. Oh wait, I have an idea. Does that need a spark plug though? Thinking. Yes, it does. Still need a spark plug. Hang on. Okay, try not to scratch my leg this time. I should have. Yes, I do. I have a spark plug. And going up to my toolbox. Spark tester. If I get zapped here, it's going to be funny. Ugh. All right, so spark plug into spark plug tester, spark plug tester into ignition coil. Oh, I'm going to get zapped. There's the boot. The boot's missing. Get out of there. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get zapped. All right. Negativo. Positivo. What did we say was positive? Black with white. That's black with yellow. I think that's close enough. Okay. Grab some croc clips. That's not what I was looking for. Man, just about to get zapped on stream and crickets from you guys. Okay. Ground. Let's go here. That is grounded. No, I have not. Been kind of burnt out, you know, so I'm trying to get back into it. The thing is that a video like that takes quite a bit of effort. It's not something I could just do off the top of my head. As much as I wish that would be the case. Okay, I'd really like for this to not be in the danger zone. Do I have electrical tape here? I do not. Do have Kapton tape though. Yeah, tutorials take a lot of brain power. I can maybe do tutorials tomorrow. I guess it'll depend like what tutorials I can tackle. They're a lot of work though. Like, I don't know if you know what I mean. trying to make this in a way that I do not get zapped. Yeah, Jesus. All right, so that is done. Might do a YouTube studio. Yeah, you should. That'd be a good idea. Okay. So once I plug this in, it'll be active. Hopefully I'm not going to get zapped. Should get this up and around. All right, so that's active. Now, I don't remember if this wire needs to be positive or negative for it to fire. Let's see what happens here. Oh, there we go. Was I covering that? Here, so take a look at the gap there. See the little light? Where is it? There. Trying to light this up. Ah. It's hard to show you. Ooh, that is maxing the current. I set, let's go 10 amps. Nah, man, screw that. Take every advantage you can. Can you guys see the arcs down there? I'm gonna regret this. In an effort to get it closer, I'm gonna get freaking zapped. You can hear it, yeah. I don't know if you can see it though. You guys, don't ever say I don't care about you guys, because I'm gonna put myself in danger here to bring you guys the arcs you deserve. Every time I mess with this in class, I get zapped. All right. You can see that there. I'm going to move this way. There you go. So you can see the light as well. There we go. So at the moment, that's not a lot of volts. Oh, get off there. But that's because this opening is small. Why, you don't like the zaps? So the opening is small. So what you do is you open up the gap larger, and that essentially increases the resistance of the secondary winding, the secondary circuit. There we go. And then you get bigger zaps. However, you go too far and the bigger zaps destroy your coil by the internal arcing. These things max out at roughly 30,000 volts. 30 to 40,000-ish. All right, so here goes. Oop. Definitely bigger. There we go. So, yeah, very basically, this is hot. If you have an ignition coil, so that's what this is, and you can get these really cheap at the scrapyard, by the way. So you have an ignition coil with 3 wires. Essentially, you've got a positive, a negative, and a signal. So a signal can either be positive or negative. In this case, it was positive. But that's essentially it. Like, it sends like a signal through here to make it arc. There was arcing in the other parts as well. This is not, if this was lighting, it wasn't arcing. This is actually a visible light to test to see if these are working. Because essentially it would be in, like the spark plug would be in the car, in the engine. So you can't necessarily see it. So that's why you would just pop this thing on in series. There's a little neon lamp in there. So yeah, lots of fun, these ignition coils. Yeah, this is definitely, I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, this is definitely 2006, 2009 Civic, something like that. And you see this one got hot. And that's why I have it. We had to replace them when they overheated. There was 0678, I think there was a recall where the block would crack, or well, it would be porous, so coolant would come through the aluminum. And we had to replace the blocks under warranty, and we had to check the ignition coils, because if the engine got over a certain temperature, it would melt the ignition coils, and therefore they would be warranted. So to warranty them. So there we go. We were quite generous on what we considered warranty, because it wasn't the customer's fault. So yeah, that was just a little bit of fun. Yeah, so there were one or a couple of the engine plants that I guess didn't do a great job of casting. So the cast wasn't entirely, yeah, there was like, you know, those pores. It was porous aluminum. But anyways, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna spend the rest of the time before bed, so probably the next hour or two, planning out some videos to film tomorrow. And then tomorrow we'll try to film it a little bit less messing around. So thanks everyone for being here. And tomorrow 8 a.m., so 12 hours from now, I'm going to be back online. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Have a good night. I hope to see you tomorrow.